Welcome to our Dharma discussion for today with Khenpo Tenzin. And Khenpo will begin with prayers, but also for this Dharma discussion, those of you who are on Zoom, if you would like to ask a question, you can put the raise hand up and then we'll call on you throughout the hour. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I recite, we are going to recite this page number 4 in Yellow Book. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Thank you so much. And there is a Shantideva's prayer. Maybe 5 times you repeat me. I hope you can memorize that. It is really profound. So I recite in English and then we will do Dharma discourse, okay? And know as long as space endures. Can you repeat me?
You repeat after him.
We don't. This. Yes, please. Page number 83. But sorry, in the Zoom, man, don't have. But I know you have wonderful wisdom, so you can memorize it. We do this 5 times. Okay. As long as space endures.
As long as space endures.
As long as there are beings to be found.
As long as there are beings to be found.
May I continue likewise to remain.
May I continue likewise to remain.
To drive away the sorrow of the world.
To drive away the sorrow of the world.
And know as long as space endures.
And now as space endures.
As long as there are beings to be found.
As long as there are beings to be found.
May I continue likewise to remain.
May I continue likewise to remain.
To drive away the sorrows of the world.
To drive away the sorrow of the world.
And know as long as space endures.
And now as long as space endures.
As long as there are beings to be found.
As long as there are beings to be found.
May I continue likewise to remain.
May I continue likewise to remain.
To drive away the sorrows of the world.
To drive away the sorrows of the world.
And now as long as space endures.
And now as long as space endures.
As long as there are beings to be found.
As long as there are beings to be found.
May I continue likewise to remain.
May I continue likewise to remain.
To drive away the sorrows of the world.
To drive away the sorrows of the world.
Thank you so much. I think if you recite this every day and then you memorize it, this is the cause of your own longevity, and also it's a profound Bodhisattva's mind. It is a profound Bodhicitta for benefit of other beings. Okay. So then there are already, I have received 2 more questions. So first I will answer this question. Can you read, Isabel, with you?
Sure. Okay, so the first question is I received a detailed astrological horoscope as follows. Then until you reach the age of 47 years, 2 months, and 27 days, there seems to be a decline in your health condition. You or your family member may experience certain unexpected health hazards or serious misfortunes, which may be quite painful to some extent. During this period, the relationships among your family members may become unstable, and there's going to be minor disagreement among families. The question is, would there be any remedies that could be suggested? And this is to occur soon. How accurate are these readings?
I think you recite the Vajras Pani Samantara, Hong Bezape. Actually, there are 4 sentences. Last, there are another 4 sentences. If you note that, it will be great. I don't have this in English, so otherwise I can share that with you. If you know Tibetan, then or you write down in Tibetan, just in case I recite for you. Pei Jalo Jinje Nemcho Tambaru Sanga Renga Kunje Dagpote Londin Gik Chonam Jomzepa Santa Dorjenzen La Chancellor Tu Hongbezape Hongbezape Gewan de Nyurda Chana Dorje Lasun Rejerne Roa Chik Chang Maluba Dea Salango Barsho. So you recite that, and then just we recite this Shantideva's profound prayer. You recite these 2 things.
I keep getting thrown out. Sorry.
You can't get?
No, I'm okay.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's the answer.
Okay, thank you. The second question, could you kindly explain the proper finger positioning to move from bead to bead, which fingers to use, and the best ways to hold the mala when praying with the beads?
Oh, yes. So mala is actually, there's 108 beads. Some mala has 25, some has 55, and so forth. So when you actually there's the majority way of use your mala is you stand the main mala beads there and start from there, and then left hand you hold in left hand. And then if you recite in general mantra, like a peaceful mantras, refugee, mandala, vajrasattva, guru yoga, at that time your thumb and this finger, you put on this finger and then thumb move inside like this. And then you hold the area of your heart chakra is better. Better means inside the instructions it says that you do like this. Yeah, do like this and clockwise. Someone just doing like this, but it says most time do like that. And then if you are, this is actually accomplishment of peaceful. So peacefully you are accomplished. And then empowerment actually is expensive, maybe expand or vastly something to accomplish. Then you put the mala on the middle finger, and then you move this way. The thumb just move same way, but mala first you put on this finger, and second then this is a peaceful activity, and the activity of expense, I think, then you can put this just here. You do like this, and then I think for third is what is called Shiva Jeba Wang, empower. Maybe empower activities. At that time, you put on the ring finger, and then chant. The thumb move the malabis. Same way. And then actually the wrathful, this says put on the small finger, pinky finger, and then like that. And there's some occasionally just mala goes is counterclockwise or something. It's moving reverse, but I don't want to teach you that part. It's not necessary. So the main thing is today what I say, you hold mala like this way, and then move. Just hold the area of your heart chakra is best. If sometimes you hurt your arm, and then you rest on your left thigh, is okay. But correctly, we are going where to hold the mala is there. You hold the heart chakra, and then you recite like Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, like this way. And then mala is best you wear on your neck, or you can wear like your arm there. It's okay. And then if you use mala or counter for accumulate mantras, then respect mala is very important. So that's why when you are going to sleep, don't put the near of your feet. Put on your head area, on your pillow or you hang up on the wall. That will be okay. Okay, so that is the answer of these two questions.
Those are all the questions we have from before.
Okay, so do anyone have question? If please raise up your hand. Oh yes, please.
I see Michael or Michael.
Oh yeah.
First.
Hi, Khenpo. Question for you about the Bardo, or not the Bardo, but when we pass away, there's no more body, no mind, nothing to hold on to. So at what point do we know to start practicing the yidam or meditation, because we have nothing to be aware? At that point, we have no. Do we have a mind? I mean, we have a mind, but do we have ability to do the practice?
So practice for those who are in Bardo, or when we are in Bardo?
When we pass away and everything is dissolved.
So at that time, actually, for the sake of practicing in the Bardo, right now we are going to dream practice. Dream and the Bardo are same. Sleep and death are same. Waking up and then these we how to say come back in the samsara are similar. So that's where right now you since morning. Actually, you can practice the morning daily practices, and then since afternoon, after lunch, frequently you are going to image that, these clouds moved by wind is like a dream. A dream is like that. Some people are coming here and going there. It seems it's like a dream, and then. Like you are drink or eating something, or this is the activity of a dream. You think that since afternoon frequently, thinking about that, and then in the evening, after you practice all of these practices, and when you go to sleep, at that time you need to keep a vow. That is, you decisively decides that I must recognize my dream tonight. And then you do that, and then you supplicate your guru, your yidam deity, and daily practices you practice. and then may I recognize my dream. And then you, of course, you slept. At that time, best way is you sleep on the right side as a Buddha parinirvana. So this right hand put on your right cheek, and then actually best thing is we block the ear, right ear, but we did that is complicated because then different sounds coming and it's a little bit disturbed to our sleep. So that's where don't completely cover ears, like do like this. This is okay. And then the left hand put on the left thigh, and best way is two legs, left leg on the right leg, and then sleep that way is better. Then you decisively think I'm going to recognize my dream. So that's all. And then when you sleep, you can and then when you are sleeping, if you are deeply asleep, you don't have a dream. But when your deep sleep comes little bit comes up, that means you have not very deep sleep, then your dream comes. So that's where it's very possible you understand one time or two time, third time. So first you are going to understand your dream, and then the best way is all the dream, even you dream like a snake or ghost or tigers or leopards or whatever you dreams, you think these are the miracle of my guru. These are miracle of Samhita Badara. So you thinking like that, and then even in the dream, for example, you have, if you are so scary of a snake, and if you dream a snake, first you try to recognize that is dream. So then your afraid or scared goes down. And then another time, then you try to recognize this is the miracle of my guru. Third time, you decisively think that is my guru. So in the dream, you can see your guru. In the dream, you can see your yidam deity. So if you can do that and then then you practice very well. Because of this power of this practice, if you continually practice this, then in the Bardo, there is a different light appears. So actually there are very sharp light, and sounds are very kind of, it says like a killed, chop, or something like cut, the kind of this horrible sounds coming. So all of this, you recognize the sounds are mantra, and this a very sharp light, or then some kind of a lot of death, looks like a very wrathful one appears. At that time, you immediately recognize, oh, this is my yidam. So when you recognize that, at that time, you become that. So you, for example, you see Vajikalaya in the Bardo, and you recognize it, you become Vajikalaya. So that means you attain the Sambhogakaya in the Bardo. Most of the time, if we don't practice well a dream and then Bardo, then what happened is in the Bardo, it says a very sharp light appears, and then sound is say kill it, chop it, cut it, and you try to run away. So that's where that means you try to run away from your yidam deities. And then there are very kind of humble, smooth, light, and no noisy, no sounds. You try to run towards there. That's where then from Bardo going down, from Bardo to Hellram. So that's where dream practice is important. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It looks like Suzanne Toro, your hand is up if you want to unmute yourself.
Okay. Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had two questions from your lecture earlier. 49 days I'm familiar with, but also in some of the texts I've read, it's 52 days. to prayers for the ones that have passed. What's the difference in those 3 days? I know it might not seem significant, but I feel it is. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So there's 49 days. 49 days. The reason is if I give some quite a negative example, one person passed away like a air crash. And then after 7 days, that person again experienced same thing. Like that person killed by air crash. That person experienced same thing. After another week, so 49 days, they have this situation. And also at that moment, they have lots of scary anxiety, fear. And also they can still they don't they are not like a hopeless with families or Dharma friend and so forth. That's where they have a big hope that they support something. So 49 days actually we said.
Okay, so it's like almost a clearing cycle for them to transmute that the activity of their death or the time of their death.
Yes, actually 49 days they are actually not rebirth in the another line, pure land, or on these lower realms. So 49 days they are wandering.
Okay, and then thank you. One more question, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So when you talk, I've seen, because I work with clients in birth, life, and death transitions, and so I've seen sometimes in the death, the person go to a lower realm, like in like a reptile or animal, and sometimes their life's very short in that, and in their physical human life, they seem to be doing really well, and then once they become that, let's say like a reptile, I'll use that example because it's familiar. Once they move past that one, then they came back into humanness. As I'm observing this, or human form, what's the best way to support that soul beyond the Bardo when I recognize that, oh, there their soul is? Do I begin the same process? You know, like when I noticed, like, let's say that reptile passed, to go through those 49 days again. And then if I encounter them again as they enter into a womb, what's the best, like those 3 transitions? Would you keep going through the practice until they're born again?
Actually, I answer through my understanding way, but if you think I don't understand your question, please repeat it. Okay. So actually, there is no certain that 49 days they spent 49 days in the Bardo. Because some beings don't want to go to Bardo directly, they go to the Pure Land, maybe rebirth in the Pure Land or attain Buddhahood. Even so, last week we discussed about the death process or something. This sleep yoga practice. If one practices very well sleep yoga, then when they die, at that time they can attain Dharmakaya, so they don't want to go to Bardo. That's one thing. And some being also doesn't want to go to the Bardo because there's some of the sinful beings, they directly rebirth in the hell realm or hungry ghost realm, so forth. So, and also someone rebirth in wandering in the Bardo, maybe 7 days or 3 days or something like that. It's not certain everybody like same way, but we definitely have to practice for them. For example, if one person passed away and we are going to practice 49 days, particularly for that person, perhaps that person already rebirthed somewhere, but still it benefit that person. Especially at that time we practice compassionately and profound bodhicitta, so it benefit many Bardo beings through that person. So then this merit also support that person. And then there is actually a way to ask where is my friend rebirth, which life. There are many ways, and many gurus know. They know, and sometimes they tell that. And there's one lama. His friend's baby passed away. Wife passed away, and then that person asked that lama, "Please tell me where is my wife? Please tell me." And then that lama says, "Wait, not yet ready to tell you. Wait." And eventually, after a few years later, then that lama called to that person, "Come." That lama still is living. So he said, "Come, right now is ready to show you your wife." And then that person come, and then they went to drive car for a little while, and then there's no road of the vehicles. Then they climb up little mountains, and then cross the mountain. The far away there's a black tent, yak's tent. They're so far away, and then they're coming very close to this tent, near that tent, and there's one baby about 3 years or 2 years, and he ran coming, and why I was waiting for you long time, and he hug or hold, and then that lama says that baby know that you are his husband in his past lifetime. But after a few years later, then he will forget it. So there are lots of these kind of things. So still that person, if practice well for the sake of his wife, then it benefit that baby. So that's just
so discernment then too. I often wonder that. I don't go around telling people always, but like later is better. Yeah. So the maintain practice for the sake of you, for example, you can trust if you some close of you passed away, you can trust that they are in the Bardo. So for the sake of Bardo, you can practice like a sur practice. As I mentioned, I am going to teach that sometime. This sur practice and other practices for the Bardo beings. 49 days, and then continually practice. It really benefit them. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think Shauna, your hand was up next.
Hi.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you.
So my question is, this week I've been practicing sleep yoga trying to, and I feel like the first part of relaxing. And then I just feel myself watching for that second part of the, like where the accelerator on a car goes, you described it, and I just feel like I'm awake for a long time watching for that.
Oh.
And then I just give up because it feels like being awake for an hour. And usually I fall asleep really quickly.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I deeply rejoice that you practice wonderfully. Actually, yes, still I am going to say sleep is very important because our body needs it. So that's why you did a great thing, but don't completely stop it. So there is, as we discussed, that there is many steps. So suddenly you don't go there because, for example, tonight you only practice the dissolving this dissolution of elements. So you can sleep little early, sleep little early. Usually if you sleep about 9 p.m., you can sleep about 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. And then only practice like a dissolution of the elements, for example, right now my elements of earth that dissolve into the outer elements of earth. That's my body is very heavy in my bed, on my bed. And then slowly you can imagine that now my this warmness dissolve into the outer elements of fire. That's where all the warmth dissolve through my tip of fingers and toes and step by step. So they all actually coming area of your heart chakra. And then now my water element dissolve into the outer water elements. That's where my nostrils and throat and lips are dry, something like that. And then you can imagine that all my ears breath dissolve into the elements of outer wind. So my breath goes there. And then your breath goes very kind of it's quite different than when you are waking up. And then you can think, oh, now my consciousness dissolve into the empty space. So one of these you practice tonight. Tomorrow one of these practice. Don't practice all of these things, and then try to understand sleep, the moment of that. So for short, at that time you can make short. So practice that, and don't let this practice interrupt your sleep. So in this case, I love to share with this for the sake of everybody. Otherwise, wonderful practitioners has no sleep. Actually, Milarepa has 5 sessions in the night. I was shocked how he could do that. He divided in the 5 sessions in the night, so he did not sleep. But sleep right now, for the sake of us, this body is important for support our continually practice. So until time comes up, we are going to keep our sleep. So that's why don't do so much long time. But you already did wonderfully. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you.
We have one question from the chat. Pamela says, in chanting the arousing bodhicitta, we refer to those who hate me, harm me, and create obstacles for us. Is it okay to chant instead for those who hate, those who harm, rather than just hate and harm me?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. So it's wonderful. Actually, this some other lineage masters joked the over Ndogong Kagyu lineages. What is the Ndogong Kagyu lineage? All the other lineages try to reduce I and me, but you very beginning practice I say I, and then the dedication also say Dadan Kondetan is say I. There are too much I. What is that? They joked. So actually, but actually it's very wonderful. I just remember this. Lord Jitin Sungun said, this maybe you never heard before. Lord Jitin Sungun said that Bodhisattva, there is a special way to keep strong grasping. He says something like that. What is that? That means I means he does belong. All beings are my I. You are I. So that's where I have same feeling. If you are headache, I feel I'm a headache. So I'm going to spend money for you to buy medicine, something like that. So there is actually a way to keep special grasping. I mean, keep grasping in a special way. But it's still that's you, as you mentioned, that's also wonderful. So I agree. Okay.
The next question is for Trish.
Yeah.
Hello, Khenpo.
Hello.
So I have two questions if there's enough time for both.
Yeah.
So the first one is about dying alone. Okay. At least some of us are going to not have people around us when we die. Like it will either be all of a sudden and I don't know, we get hit by a car or something, or we will be living alone and don't have anybody around. And so I'd like you, if you could please tell me, what do I do at that time? Like if I'm by myself in the house and all of a sudden I'm dying, or I'm dying from a chronic disease by myself, what do I do? Because I won't have anybody to remind me, and I'll probably be caught up with emotions and upset and fear and all that. So just the simple kind of, what would I do?
Yes, that's, you remind me a song of Milarepa. Milarepa says, I am totally satisfied and my wishes are completely accomplished if I can die like this way. And then he says, when I sick, no one asks, who are you, how about you? When I die, no one cry. So if I can die in this solitude place like this way, I am the yogi of Milarepa, accomplished my wish. So he has that song. So that's why if you don't have helpers or people around of you, no problem when death is coming at that moment. Or it's actually much better than have someone. Especially it says, if someone is around of you, especially some loved one, they are stand up on your feet and then pull your feet. Please don't die, my grandma or my mom or my loved one. Please don't die. Don't leave me alone. They cry too much, and then once consciousness goes down, and then consciousness separate from one's body through the lower doors. So it's more. There are more chance to rebirth in the lower realms because of that way. So that's why in the Dharma way, when people die, they don't touch. When the people almost die, it's process dying. At that time, they don't touch lower part of the body, and they little bit touch on the crown of the hair. Especially some masters, lamas, gurus, they pull from here a little bit, or because at that time consciousness comes up this way. And also they do poor practice. At that time, they don't stand up the area of feet. They stand up on the head area. Because there's the center channel is going through this way. So if one attend Dharmakaya, at that time actually attend Buddhahood through this way. There is heart chakra. There are special channel. Through this way they become enlightened. That's one way. But if lamas transcend the one's consciousness pure land, they always try to touching this area, or sometimes it doesn't touch. It still recite prayers from upper body side. So that's why if one does not have someone around, it's okay. Remember Milarepa's song. Maybe you search Milarepa's song these days, you can find easily. I just mention only two sentences for you, so it's okay.
So then should I just keep on repeating that to myself, that, I rejoice that I don't have anybody around, or do I say that, or should I? That's actually,
that I just clarified that. One thing is, remember that is, I think, very important. Otherwise, when one gets sick or almost die and no one helper, there is then sadness come. It's not so good. But then that's where it's remember or sometimes sing that song is really beneficial. And then the normally you try to practice well, especially meditate and practice well, and not only you, we all need some confidence. We try to gain some confidence. That means if I die, probably I will not reborn in the lower realms. We need that confidence. So then the death process is coming. At that moment, we have no more sadness and so forth. Otherwise, in this life, we did horrible things, and death process coming, and we know. Recently, I shared with someone. Some says, "Oh, you have some positions, you have some wealth, you have some money. You sick for quite a long time. So now, if you have debt or you borrow some money to other, let us know. I'm your family, so we try to bring back and offering in the monasteries." That person say, "Oh, don't peel off my skin." That means he said, "I'm not ready to die." And then there are special recitation. It's introduced about Bardo. They recite that, and then that person start to cry. And at that time, know that he is dying, but he can speak. He cannot say, "My money is there, my wealth is in that family, please bring this back." He tried to say, but can't say. It happened sometimes. So confidence is very important. Just we keep confidence is quite stupid, of course. Nobody does that. So the thing is, we need some support of Dharma. So that's why every day, every week, we practice Dharma. So sometimes Dharma practice, result of Dharma practice are invisible. So people a little bit bored or something. It's happened. It's okay, but it's really wonderfully supports us. So that's why this prayer says, "My body, speech, and mind turn into Dharma." Okay.
So I'll look up the prayer and I'll make a confession on the World Wide Web. I confess, though, that I sometimes get very sad that I'm very alone. I mean, usually I'm really okay with it, and I'm grateful that I don't have loved ones and, all of that. But then sometimes I get very sad about it. And so I will do my best to repeat this until I can't forget it anymore. I'm just very happy.
Yes, please, you think Malarepa and think Shakyamuni Buddha. For example, Shakyamuni Buddha has a beautiful wife, very powerful father, king, mothers, and all the the protectors and helpers and so forth. But he was alone in the mountainside, underneath the trees. So sometimes you thinking about that. It's wonderful. People has not so much friends nearby there. But on the other hand, all thinking beings are our friends. The most of the time we need to think that I am Mahayana practitioner. Mahayana means I'm Bodhicitta practitioner. So all beings are my friend. So I'm going to take care of them. So if you think, and other hand, so if I take care of other beings, all 3 times of Buddhas and all Yidams always stand up with me. Dharma protectors, gurus, their loves, their compassion, their melodious speech, everything's with me. So I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Think that is very important. And then each and every chakras, 4 chakras, they have even only your crown chakra, there are 62 wrathful deities. Only this area. So actually we are not alone at all. So you think that, okay?
Okay, I will. I'll let somebody else go and ask the other question later if they're fine.
Thank you, Tricia. Yeah, we have a few other questions. All right, the next is Barbara.
Yeah. Oh,
Barbara, we're not hearing you.
Hi, everybody.
hello.
Good evening, Khenpo.
Good
I
evening.
wanted to say I put something in the chat, so you'll hear it. I'm going to ask it now. But if you die quickly, and I mean, some people have quick deaths, and I have something that I could die quickly from, but I might not, you know. But what bothers me is how do I keep my awareness to know that I've died and what to do?
Yes, actually, that question I also asked by myself sometimes when I focused there. So there is a quickly die and slowly die that we have there, but still we have time to think. Still we have we know we are die. When even very kind of this moment, still we well able to know at that time. So the most time actually meditation is very important. So meditation is important means we know first we will able to know mind and mentalities separately. And then this there are 51 mentalities. We know all of these things. And then but not only 51 mentalities. There are thoughts are like snowflakes. We know all of these things during meditation, if we meditate very well. So if we are new meditators, when these thoughts comes, it bothers. If we are good meditators, when these thoughts comes, we are enjoy with them. That is just extra information. But the thing is, what I try to say is, there are thousands of thoughts which occurs in our mind. We understand because of the power of meditation. So when we quick death at that time also, definitely we know we are die. So another example is there are a few 5 peppers, and if I shoot an arrow, it's immediately make a hole that we think at the same time it make a hole, but it goes one by one. Likewise, there is time to know.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
We had a question from the chat. What is the benefit of reciting the aspiration prayers?
Aspiration prayers is like exactly that Shantideva says. I love to go and then go. So that is the definition of aspiration Bodhicitta and engaging Bodhicitta. So aspiration Bodhicitta are, for example, if you are going to travel from here to Switzerland in this summer, next summer, so right now you love to go there, travel there, and then you keep your budget and you write application and your job. So right now you prepare that. So then it's the time comes to fly from here to there, then you can. So likewise, these recitation prayers helps us to accumulate wonderful powers. So that's why right now we are practice or recite these things. Even we recite one sentence, we think, oh, it's really, I love it, or it's very nice. So at that time, we build up one special power, and then we recite a second line, it also built up. So then eventually, all these aspirations, wonderful aspirations, fill to the brim, and then they overpower our life. and then small emotions coming, anger or jealousy or other coming, they try to push, but it's like they can't do anything in our life. Like we try to move a mountain by our hand. We can touch on the mountainside, but we cannot move. The mountain is almost like metallable or mechable, something like that. So we can't do anything. Okay. So likewise, the other thoughts
immutable,
cannot.
I think.
Immutable. Immutable. Thank you.
And in the same context, the question was, what's the benefit of reciting the long life prayers?
Long life prayers, that is how we recite. Actually, just recite is also wonderful. For example, long life prayers composed by wonderful holy Mahasiddhas or gurus for them. So that's why inside it mentioned wonderful things, especially they arise profound bodhicitta, sincere motivation, and they supplicate their yadam deities. So through this way they do that. So it has power. But another way is we recite that we should understand that guru is actually deathless. Our main guru is deathless. So we are going to understand that. So eventually, then we realize that our mind is deathless. If we know that, then we are free from death. Okay?
And we have a question here in the temple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hi, Khenpo. If during your life you have faith, for example, in white Tara, and at the moment of death, you want to reborn in Dewa Chen. So the best is for pray for Tara or for Amitabha, or the same, or what is the best? Thank you.
Yes, actually from Yadam side, it's Amitabha prayer or Tara prayer is same. It's same to reborn in the Amitabha's Pure Land. But from our side, Amitabha is better. Because there's Sukhavati Pure Land recitation. We decide that it gives us really, it invite us in the Pure Land. I mean, that means we decide this prayer. We can image, there. So Amitabha was there. I'm here. His Pure Land is there. His temple is there. His retinues like Jinreze is there. Vajrapani is there. So everything we can. All kind of image, actually visualization, but in simple way we say a kind of image. So then at that moment we are in the boat of the Amitabha's Pure Land. So we are, at that moment actually we are traveling with recite these prayers. But then during the Tara practice, at that moment our visualization is slightly different. So from our side, my main answer is from our side, Amitabha is prayer is better. Okay, thank you.
All right, we do have a few more minutes. Is there anybody else who has a question? Online, anybody in the temple? Raise your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Trisha, do you? Oh, is that Eddie? Did you raise your hand? You want to?
Yes.
Okay. Please unmute yourself, Eddie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Hello, Khenpo.
Thank you.
I've just two questions, but on the same topic. On the mala itself, you said at bedtime, when you're sleeping, keep it at your head, not at your feet. Well, the way my bed is situated, my altar is at my feet. And when I take off the mallet at night time before I go to sleep, I leave it on the altar. Would that be okay?
So your feet is towards the altar?
The altar, yeah.
This
If I lie back like this, my feet and the altar is here.
Yes.
So when I take off the mala, I leave it on the altar for safekeeping.
Oh, I see.
Get up the next morning.
Yeah. This is okay because it does not mean disrespectfully you put this or just ignore your mala and put this. Not like that. So you put your mala on the altar. That means you do respectfully. So that's fine.
Yes. And the second part of my question is, I'll actually take my mala off here and show you. I actually do my mantras while I'm driving to work. I do be visualizing the sky ahead and whatever mantra I'm doing. But I actually, you say you hold it towards your heart here.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm driving, I have the wheel here, but I have the mala here, but it's still at my heart while I'm counting. Is this okay?
Oh, when you drive?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I use my right hand.
Absolutely.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, absolutely. That will be okay. And actually, it's really amazing. I deeply rejoice. But at the same time, when you drive, actually you keep mala on your arm or your neck, and instead of hold mala, you drive safely and recite mantra. It's really how to say important. Usually, the reason we hold mala is it remains. It's lead or guide our mindfulness to recite mantras. So when you drive, at the same time you start to chanting mantras, and then if you are accumulating the numbers, then you can check with the time. For example, 1, 2, for 30 minutes, how many mantras you can. Then after first you check, and second time then you can add that. So for 30 minutes you can recite 100, maybe 5,000 or something like that. If you do not count during the driving, it's better to wear your neck. So this is my ordinary way of thinking. I love to share with you. Otherwise, you from your side is really wonderful. I deeply rejoice.
Yes, I actually, to share with you, I actually do the Mani. I do the 6-syllable Fajr Safa, and I do the Green Dharma mantra as a rule every morning while I'm driving, because it takes me an hour to get to where I'm going. So I can actually do the 3 of those.
Thank you so much.
Within the hour, 108 each time.
Wonderful. Yeah, so you count through time as when you're driving, so you can count that. And right before you drive a car, and you mala put on your head and supplicate something, and then you can wear on your neck or something. Or your hand. I wear here most time. It's pretty comfortable for me.
Yes.
So
well, in my job, it's all lifting, so I prefer to have it around my neck.
Yes.
For safety, just in case it breaks.
Yes. Thank you so much. That's really wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
That's it for today.
Oh yeah.
And join back on gallery. So we do have our Dharma discussion next week on the 23rd. So we welcome you back for your additional questions, of course. And with that, Khenpo, did you want to lead us in a dedication prayer?
Yes, I will recite this. You just repeat me, or maybe 2 times. It's only 1 sentence. It's a Malaripas dedication. So today we do that, okay? Those undertaking hardships for the Dharma's sake.
Those undertaking hardships for the Dharma's sake.
Build up merit far too great to tell.
Those of merit far too great to tell.
Those who inspire others to take up this call.
Those
who
who inspire others to
others
take
to
up
take
this
up this
call.
call.
Their kindness stretches far too tell.
Their
Kindness
kindness stretches far to
far to
tell.
tell.
Okay, one time. Those undertaking hardships
Those
undertaking
Hardships.
for the Dharma's sake,
For the Dharma's sake.
build up merit
Build up
Build up
merit.
merit.
far too great to tell.
Far too great to
Great to
tell.
tell.
Those who inspire
Those who inspire
others to take up these call.
Others to take up this call.
Their kindness
Their kindness
stretches
stretch
far too tell.
far to tell.
Okay, hope you understand this meaning. If not, next week we discuss on that. Okay. Thank you so much. May you greatly benefit all
Thank you.
beings.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sangha.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sangha.
Very
Thank
much.
you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.